In the morning we were solving the example number 2. Alright. So now let's continue with the next thing that we will do. So let's go to the exercise, everyone. Let's go to the exercise. There are some questions related to the equation. That's what we are going to solve. So first of all, question number 8. Question number 8. Okay, from the exercise. So it says in the question that there is a transverse harmonic wave. Harmonic wave, that is simple harmonic wave. Right? So there is a transverse simple harmonic wave which is y equal to 3 sine or 3.0 sine 36t plus 0.018x plus pi by 4. Okay, so this is what we know, right? Now, where x and y are in centimeter, time is in seconds, so be careful, this is in centimeter, right? X is also in centimeter, right? Okay, so first of all, and feel that positive direction of x is taken from left to right as usual. Okay, so this is given to us. Alright? Fine. Now, let's see. We will compare this equation with the equation that we know of. Here you see there is plus in between. So this is y equal to 3 sine, y equal to a sine omega t plus kx plus phi 0, isn't it? Okay, we are going to compare it with this. So let's make a list of things that we know. A, amplitude 3 centimeter. Clear? Omega 36 radian per second. Why per second? Because time is in second. Next, k, the propagation constant. Compare it with the 0.018. Okay, and what's the unit? SI unit will be radian per meter, but over here x is given in centimeter. I repeat, x is given in centimeter. So that's why this will be radian per centimeter. Is this clear, everyone? Radian per centimeter. Why so? Because x is in centimeter. Okay. Mahavir, I think others have been able to see, probably some problem on your side. Okay, everyone, this is clear so far. And phi 0 is easiest, pi by 4. Okay? Right, so that's the basic information about this question. Now, first question, A. Is this a traveling wave or a stationary wave? Well, what's a stationary wave? I have not explained, don't worry, we'll cover it in the later part of the chapter. But, what is meaning of traveling wave? A traveling wave is a wave that moves in some direction. Correct? So, look at this equation. What do you think? This wave travels in which direction? Come on, tell me. This wave travels in which direction? This wave will travel in the negative x direction, that is towards the left side. Clear or not clear? This wave will travel in the negative x direction, that is towards the left side. Okay? We are just comparing it with the equations that we have written earlier. These two signs are same, means travels in the negative x direction. Clear? Okay. Right? That was just basic information from earlier. Well, okay, then in A itself there is something else. It's that if it is a traveling wave, then what are the speed and direction of propagation? Direction of propagation, check, done, towards left side. Speed of wave or wave speed. What's the formula? V equal to, tell me any one of the three formulas that we have been using or we have derived. Tell me one of the three formulas. Yes, so we have lambda into f, we have lambda upon capital T, that is lambda divided by time period, and we have omega divided by k. Alright, so we have three choices, right? Out of all that, we realize that given the information that we have here, omega by k is easiest to use, so let's use that. Okay, omega by k is easiest to use. So omega 36 divided by k 0.018, but be advised, because this is in radian per centimeter, that's why this wave speed will be centimeter per second. Is the unit clear? Is the unit clear to you? Because this is per centimeter, that's why this is centimeter per second. Clear? Remember, you could easily use the other formulas. It's not like this is wrong or this is wrong. They are correct. But given the information, this is straightforward, isn't it? That's why we are using it. Right? Again, unit is because of this, centimeter inverse. So now, how much is it? Let's just write this as 18 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, so this is 2000 centimeter per second or 20 meter per second, because 100 centimeter is 1. Clear? Method clear, everyone? See, like I was saying, in waves chapter, once you get hold of that equation, things are really simple. Right? There is no complicated calculation, no complicated concept. Just compare and put values, right? So many questions are of this pattern. Okay, let's go to second one. B. What are amplitude and frequency? Okay, amplitude. I am not going to worry about amplitude. We already have it here. So part B says what is frequency. I am going to erase this so that we can write part B. So part B is amplitude done 3 centimeter. Frequency. Out of all these, frequency can be found from omega by 2 pi. Isn't it? Yes or no? Okay. Right. So that's it. So 36 by 2 pi or 18 by pi, if you have calculator, you can divide it, you can get it done. This will be in hertz. Why hertz? Because this is per second. Alright? So like this you could find frequency. Third one, what is initial phase at origin? At origin means at x equal to 0. Right? At origin means, suppose this is a string, then here is x equal to 0. At x equal to 0, what will be initial phase? Initial phase means phase angle. This is phase angle. Right? At what time? At what time? T equal to 0. Clear? Clear or not clear? So what to do? Just put values. Omega into 0, y0 times 0, plus k into 0, why? Because x supposed to be 0 at origin, plus phi 0, instead of phi 0 what do we have? Pi by 4. Understood or not? So this answer is pi by 4 radian. Clear or not clear? Clear or not clear? So you might be thinking, sir, don't we already know that this is initial phase? Yes, this is initial phase at source, right? And typically we can write an equation like this only if source is at x equal to 0, right? So that way also you can immediately say the answer is pi by 4. Then what's the need of doing all this? Pretty simple. Have a look. Suppose the question has been twisted. Let's say the question is find initial phase at x equal to, let's say, 1 meter, for example. Okay, we are not going to do it, I'm just going to show how to do it. Suppose the question says find initial phase at x equal to 1 meter at that point. Then how would you do it? Again, initial phase means this angle. At what time? At what time? At t equal to 0 and at which point? X equal to 1. So just put the values. Did you understand what I have done? Everyone, is this clear? This would be the answer. Yes or no? Amplitude, Gracie. Simple harmonic motion. What is amplitude? Is sine a part of amplitude? When you have an equation of simple harmonic motion, what is the amplitude? The number that is multiplied outside with sine. That was amplitude. Wasn't it? Okay. D. What is the least distance? Least means minimum distance between two successive crests. Let's say like this. This is the wave pattern which is traveling, suppose, towards actually it's traveling towards the left side, but anyways. So distance between two successive or consecutive crests is called, what's this distance called? What this distance called? Wavelength. Very good. So part D is asking you to find wavelength. Out of all this, which one will you use to find wavelength? Out of all these constants that we have written here, which one will you use to find wavelength? Yes, I think that's a lot of hard work if you do it that way. You can easily do it by K's value, isn't it? Okay or not okay? You can easily do it by K's value as well, right? K is 2 pi by lambda. So lambda is 2 pi by K. Fine? So that will give you the answer. Okay? Right. Let's twist that question further. Let's see whether your basics are clear or not. Suppose instead of this, the question was, what is the minimum distance between 2 points which are in mean position? What is the minimum distance between 2 points which are in mean position? What would be the answer? Diagram is your friend. No diagram, no knowledge. Remember that. Okay, diagram is your friend. Look at this. Where do you think are 2 points with mean position? And what's the distance between them? The smallest distance between them. No, Ankita, not correct. Palak, it's right. Raj, it is right. No, Priyan, wrong answer. People, everyone, have a look. Mean position is over here, correct? This is a crest, this is a trough, this is a crest. Do you realize that over here we have mean position? Yes or no? Yes or no? And similarly over here we have mean position. Yes or no? No, not clear. Was it built off? I mean, I can't really believe if you haven't understood, right? It's fairly simple, isn't it? Right? This point has neither gone up nor gone down. It is at the mean position. Similarly, this point has neither gone up nor down. It's at the mean position. So what's the distance between these two? What do you think? What's the distance between those two? What's the distance between those two? Of course. Yes, lambda by 2. Understood? The answer will be lambda by 2, and then you can simplify it, right? Lambda by 2 can be written as 2 pi by k and then divided by 2. So pi by k, you can put this value and do the whatever calculation you want. Understood everything? Okay, so again, it's not tough. It is not tough. Draw the diagram, helps you understand what's going on, right? Okay, right? And compare equations. As soon as you see an equation, you can make a list by comparing things. Okay, that will help. Now, we are going to solve question number 10. Okay, we start reading the question number 10. Come on. Question number 10. Alright, let's start. The actual plan was to complete both these questions in the previous lecture, but anyways, due to the power cut, we couldn't do it. Okay. So, for a traveling simple harmonic wave, which is given, okay, very good, y equal to 2 cos 2 pi nt minus 0.0080x plus 0.35. Okay, right. A slightly different way of writing the equation, don't you think? Right? So far, we have not been writing equation like this by taking this common. Okay? And let's see what is about units where x and y are in centimeter. Okay, time is in second. Very good. Right. And we have to calculate phase difference between oscillatory motion of 2 points which are separated by a distance of. Okay, let's draw what this is saying. Right? This is first of all a traveling. Okay? Let's say this is the wave pattern at any point of time. In which direction do you think it is traveling? Have a look at this. In which direction do you think it is traveling? Positive x or negative x? Positive x or negative x? Very positive, right? How do we know? Look at this. This is positive, but this term is negative. The t term and the x term, they're having opposite signs. That's why this is negative. I mean positive and negative. So that's why this is traveling towards the positive x-axis. Clear? This wave is traveling towards the right side. Fine. Okay. So what is the question? Is that if there are 2 points, let's say one here A and let's say one here B, and they are at a distance given in the question. Some distance is given in the question. Clear? Right? Then using that distance we have to find how much is the phase difference between A and B. Did you understand what I am saying? We have to find how much is the phase difference between A and B. Clear or not clear? Question is clear? Okay, now let's analyze the equation. Some things might, be troubling you over here by looking at the equation. Don't worry, let me explain everything. First of all, cos is given instead of sine. Is that a problem? No, because just like equation of simple harmonic motion, we used to write it maybe like this, or you can also write it in this form. Do you remember? Do you remember or not whether you write sine or cos? Both indicate simple harmonic motion. Yes or no? Do you remember that? Okay, just like that. Just like that. Whenever you write sine or cos in equation of wave, that still indicates simple harmonic wave only. Understood? So sine or cos doesn't change anything about the equations or the maths that we have been discussing, right? So, okay. Then the next thing. What about this 2 pi? Why is this 2 pi out of the bracket? It's just there to confuse you, or possibly confuse people who don't realize what's given and what's not given. So now I'm going to say that by looking at this, if you hurriedly write omega equal to 10, then I'll say it is wrong. You understand why omega is not 10? Yes or no? Do you understand why omega is not 10? It's given to confuse you again, because actually this 2 pi is to be multiplied with the whole bracket. You understand what I'm saying? This 2 pi is outside the bracket, means it's going to be multiplied with everything. So correct value of omega is not 10 but 2 pi into 10. Is this clear? And whatever unit. Is this clear or not clear? So if this is clear, then this should also not bother you. Okay, don't worry. So let's write unit now. Time is in seconds, so this will be radian per second. Isn't it? See, you'll have to remember the units. Huh? It's not like there's only one quantity and unit will come that easily. Okay, you will get confused with units. Be careful. Omega unit angular frequency is radian per second. Okay, because this is in second. Next, K. What's K? Is it only 0.0080? Is it only 0.0080? No. It is into 2 pi. Understood? Understood or not? Okay, and what unit should I write? Come on, you tell me the unit this time. What unit should I write for K? You tell me the unit. You tell me the unit. Read the question carefully. You tell me the unit of K in this question. Yes, Rian, very good. Yes, radian per centimeter. Remember, this is not the SI unit, but in these questions it has been given like that. Okay, right? Fine. All right. So this radian per centimeter, we can convert it to meter. We can convert it to meter. Not compulsory. Remember, not at all compulsory. Okay, but sometimes it's better to use SI units. So per centimeter means upon centimeter, correct? So now I have to convert centimeter to meter. So 1 centimeter can be written as, instead of centimeter, I can write 1 meter divided by 100. Is it clear or not clear? Centimeter means 1 meter divided by 100. So this 100 will be multiplied in numerator. So do you understand that this will become this? Do you understand that this becomes 2 pi into 0.80 radian per meter? Why 0.80? Because that 100 got multiplied with the number. So if I multiply 100, it will become 0.80. Clear? Unit conversion clear, everyone? Okay, hopefully there is no confusion. Alright? Now, this is K's value in SI. Very good. You can of course write it as 1.6 pi. Okay, no big deal with that. Calculations, I'm sure you all will be able to handle. Okay, now, so we have this. Now what do we do? Find phase difference. A. Phi is to be found. Phase difference. Do you remember relation between this and this? Yes or no? Phase difference and distance between points. Do you remember the relation? Can you write down the relation here in the chat box, everyone? Phi and delta x, or phi and distance. What's the relation? Yes. K delta x. Phi is equal to K delta x. Okay? Very good if you can remember the relation. Otherwise, use the poor man's method. What's the poor man's method? One wavelength distance, that is delta x, gives you a phase difference of 2 pi, isn't it? Yes or no? Okay? Then whatever distance you have to find. Okay, that you can put here into cross multiplication. Understood? Or you can also get formula just by cross multiplying here. Right? You get phi into lambda equal to delta x into 2 pi. And you can have the satisfaction of deriving the formula. Anyways, coming back to this. So k into delta x, so 1.6 pi into, what's delta x is the first one? 4 meter. Oh no, such a tough question this, isn't it? Very tough. બેભાન થઈ ગયા ને સોલ્વ કરીને, એટલો બધો અઘરો હતો ને. Okay, the remaining three are homework. B, C and D are homework. Got it? B, C, D for homework. Okay, it's so tough that I will not be able to teach you anymore. Okay, now I think we are up with the questions related to equation. Actually, there is one more. Right? We can do 15.20. Okay, number 22 from exercise. I'm erasing everything on the board. Number 22 from the exercise. And some people say that waves is tough. Okay, that was just a joke, right? Most questions of waves are very simple, like this one. Okay, if you can identify what is given and what is asked, you just have to relate them, you get the answer, right? Those kind of questions sometimes appear in JEE also, right? NEET, of course. Okay, so don't have to worry about waves chapter, really. It's one of the simpler chapters. Okay, it's not like rotational motion after all. So y equal to 7.5 sine 0.0050 x plus 12t plus pi by 4. They like pi by 4 so much. A. What are displacement and velocity of oscillation of a point at x equal to 1 centimeter and t equal to 1 second? Okay, what does this mean? We'll try to draw a diagram so that we understand what's going on. Let's say here is that spring. Okay, let's say this wave was moving on and this moving towards left side, no problem. So suppose here is that wave pattern. Okay, don't have to draw it like that, either way it's fine, right? So somewhere here suppose is origin, x equal to 0, and now we are asked that when time is what? 1 second. There is a particle on this string, let's say, right? At what position? Suppose here, where x coordinate is 1 centimeter. Did you understand this so far? We have to find out what is the displacement of this particle. From where? Of course, from mean position. Did you understand? Okay, if I draw a little bit larger, it's something like this, that here is mean position, here is that particle which is at x equal to 1 centimeter, and we have to find its displacement from mean position. Okay, can you tell me what is this particle doing? How is it moving? Is it moving left or right? Is it moving up and down? And what kind of motion is it doing? What would you call its motion? Some of you have given the name of the motion, but you have not given direction. Some of you have given the direction of the axis of its motion, but not given name of that motion. I asked you two questions. One is that on which axis will it be moving? Right? In what directions will it be moving? And the second thing I asked you is what kind of motion is it doing? What kind of motion and on which axis? What kind of motion and on which axis? Very good. SHM, this particle, okay, is doing SHM on y direction or along y axis. You could say along y axis. That completely clear? Okay. So now we want to find its displacement from the mean position. Right, here is the mean position. Hopefully you remember. Okay, that when something oscillates, there is a mean position. So let's find it. Y equal to 7.5 sin 0.0050. What's x? X is 1 centimeter. Right? X is 1 centimeter. Let's just see what units are given. Okay, nothing is given clearly in the question in this textbook. Is it given in your question? Your textbook, whether x and y and t, they are in which units? In the equation here, we are writing this equation. X and y and t are in which units? Are these two in meter or centimeter? Is it mentioned in the question in your book? People, I am not talking about this, please. Do you see centimeter written anywhere else except this? Do you see centimeter written anywhere else except this? In the equation, is it given that x is in centimeter or meter and y in something? No. Okay. That means we have to guess. Okay, so under standard situation, I would assume SI units. Okay, they should have given. So it's a slight mistake in the question. Right? So x and y should be in meter, time should be in seconds. Let's begin. Okay? So then this would be 1 upon 100. Clear or not clear? 1 upon 100 clear? Okay? Right? There was no way for us to guess, to be very frank. Okay, it could have been meter, centimeter, but generally if nothing is given, we tend to use this. So this is what we have. Method clear or not clear? Method clear or not clear? Calculations we are not going to do. We will not do the calculation. Okay? Understanding the method is enough. Well, next, there is also a question over there. What are the displacement dot, and velocity of oscillation? Right, be careful. Do you realize that as this particle is moving oscillatory, that is, it's doing a motion like this as the wave travels? Yes or no? So it will have a velocity in y component or y direction. Yes or no? Particle. Clear or not clear? Particle's velocity in the y direction. Wave is traveling in x direction. Wave is traveling in negative x direction, in fact. But this is a transverse wave. So particle moves in the y direction. Understood? Okay, what is particle doing? Particle is doing SHM. Particle is doing SHM. So, do you realize, listen to this carefully, do you realize that in SHM we have learned that if you know y or displacement, you can find speed or velocity. Do you remember that relation in simple harmonic motion? Because this particle is doing simple harmonic motion. What's the relation that we have derived in SHM between v and x? Do you remember that relation? Do you remember that relation? बस भूल गया and penalty chapter. In SHM we have derived a relation between v and x. No, Ami, slightly wrong. Yes, Priyansh. No, not correct. Priyansh, not correct. Little bit of mistake. Ankita, your answer is right. Viewers, your answer is wrong. You forgot square root. Okay, this is it. I'm sure you all will be able to remember. Plus or minus omega under root a square minus y square. Clear or not clear? I mean x square. Sorry. X square. But that was for a particle doing SHM along horizontal. Do you remember that? Particle was doing horizontal SHM. But here this particle is doing vertical SHM. So instead of x I should write y. Understood or not? Understood or not? Okay, let's go to the next thing. So you can put the value, of y, but still this will only be able to give you plus or minus with a speed, right? It will only be able to give you plus or minus with a speed, right? Suppose you don't want to have trouble deciding. If you don't want to think about whether plus or minus, because question says velocity, not speed. Not speed, velocity. So what to do? There's another way. Right? This will give you speed of course, and then you can think about direction if you want. If you think carefully, you can get it. But suppose you don't want to do all that, simple way, velocity can be written as differentiation of y with respect to time. Clear or not clear? Velocity can be written as differentiation of y with respect to time, because this is y component. Okay or not okay? Okay or not okay? Further, for this particle, as this particle moves, does x coordinate change? Think about it. As this particle moves, does x coordinate change? Yes or no? Yes or no? Does x coordinate change as the particle moves? Of course not, right? Because this particle is only doing vertical SHM. Clear? In the y direction, it will not move horizontally. The particle only moves up and down. So do you realize that although we are doing dy by dt, it should be with x is constant. Yes or no? We have to find dy by dt, but x is constant. Understood? Because particle only moves vertical, it doesn't go horizontal. So that's why x coordinate remains constant. Okay, some of you, I think in the A group class, I have introduced partial differentiation. Do you remember? I don't know how many people were present that day. Do you remember this partial differentiation? Okay, you can do it like that. Biology students, don't worry. This is just like a weird symbol for this thing. Okay? This is just like a weird symbol for dy by dt with x as constant. Okay, time to do differentiation. Right? Let's do differentiation. Remember, x is constant. Okay. So what do we get? Here is y over here. Differentiate. So 7.5 as it is. Remember, x to be treated as a constant. So don't worry about that. Since differentiation is cos Did you understand this so far? Did you understand this so far? Since differentiation is cos, right? Still not complete though. Because I've taught you that whenever you do differentiation, let's say by t, and here a number is multiplied to t, isn't it? So using chain rule, what you have to do is you have to multiply that number outside. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? We have to multiply that outside. Just like in SHM, we used to multiply omega everywhere because omega was multiplied with t. For example, when you are x equal to a sine omega t plus phi 0, then its differentiation would be a cos omega t plus phi 0, but omega multiplied with it. Remember this? Okay, like that. So this is it. This is going to be the velocity. Now what to do? Do we have value of x? Yes, it's constant, but how much? 1 centimeter. So put as 1 by 100 plus 12 times 1, 5 by 4, and 7.5 to 12, 84 and 6, 90. Okay. So now you have to find this using the table, right? Remember, this will be in radian. This will be in radian, so you have to first convert to degree, just like we did it in the morning. All right? Okay. Fine. So that's how you solve this question. All right? Okay. Now let's just do one little question here. Okay, and then we will wind up this part. Suppose an equation like this is given. Okay, so I want you to find phase difference between 2 points at unit distance, that is 1 meter, of course, unit distance, that is 1 meter. And then second question, how much time will the wave take to go to reach from z equal to 1 meter to z equal to 4 meter. Okay, how much time will the wave take to travel from z equal to 1 meter to z equal to 4 meter? Okay, for the first one, I suggest that everyone draws a diagram. Drawing diagram helps. So let's say this is that wave. It is traveling in which direction? Can you look at this and tell me it's traveling in which direction? Traveling in which direction? Positive x? Are you sure? Positive z. Let's say this side is z axis. Okay, remember we can take axis wherever we want. So let's say that side is z axis. Understood? Alright? Now we have to find phase difference. So phi is equal to k delta z, isn't it? Alright, now instead of writing delta x, I am writing delta z. Remember, the meaning is still the same. Don't worry about all that. This just means distance between points. Correct? This just means distance between points. So can you find it now? Hurry up. Quickly, everyone. Unit, Priyansh. Are you sure that's the right unit? चलो चलो फटाफट. Okay, compare. What's K? K is 40. Clear? And is the unit proper? Is the unit radian per meter? Yes, because everything is in SI. Okay, so this is 40 radian per meter and this is 1 meter. So, understood? Understood or not? Okay, second one. So now it's saying that when the wave is traveling, let's say the wave has just reached z equal to 1, then how much more time will it take for reaching z equal to 4? How much more time will it take to reach z equal to 4? Which quantity do you think we need to find? Yes, Raj, 40 radian. Phase difference is angle, isn't it? What is SI unit of angle? Okay, yeah, sorry, 40 radian. That was way bad on my part. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake over here. Okay. Come on here. Which quantity do we need to find? If you want to know how much time will it take to go from here to here, which quantity do we need to find? Delta T is the question. Fine, but it is related with which quantity? Wavelength. Are you sure? Wavelength tells you how much time it will take to go from here to there. I am standing here and I start walking and you want to find in how much time I'll reach your house. Then what does that depend on? Come on. Distance. Okay, distance is given. What else does it depend on? Position. Or speed. Yes. Very good. So it depends on speed. So why don't you find out wave speed and solve this question? Alright, how much distance should be traveled? Distance traveled is 3 meters. Correct or not? Distance traveled by the wave is 3 meters. So if you can find wave speed, then you can get how much time interval will it take. Okay, this is for you to finish on your own homework. Send the solutions on my board. Goodbye everyone.